Listen, put away your charcuterie board and whip this thing out. And it'll be just like Cole Porter, 1935, that tinkling piano in the next apartment. Well, good Sunday afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the dining room of the 1925 bungalow. I'm Scott. I've got some beautiful things to show you today, so don't you go away.
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
I have I got some lovely things to show you. Before I do, I've got to tell you that today's cup of coffee is brought to you by...
A cup of coffee, a sandwich, and you. A cozy corner, a table for two.
Well, the W.H. Grindley Company of jolly old England. It's Flow Blue. And right now it's filled with steaming hot coffee. Can you see the steam? This is the first Flow Blue cup and saucer that I've decided to actually keep for myself. It's chip and crack free. It's not too heavily decorated, and I like it a lot. There's a little bit of gilding around the edges there. The cup and saucer are a complete match. And there's also a wonderful United States patent date on the bottom of May something 1906. So it's a special piece. I just bought it at a thrift shop 2 days ago, maybe 3, and I paid about $5 for it. So let's have a quick sip, and then we'll discuss what's on the table in front of me, which you can't see, and I can't wait to show you. Well, we're getting a hint of slightly warmer weather. Although some of you saw the old SNOW last night, I think. It was just RAIN here, although there was quite a bit of it. It's very windy today. But enough of my weather forecast here in southern New Jersey. Tomorrow night, Monday night, I hope you'll come and join me and David from Texas. We will be here on this channel at 8 p.m. Now, we used to do it at 9. We've moved it to 8, right? And we flip-flop channels. This week, my channel, our channel, 8 o'clock here on the Old Curiosity Shop. And it's the Two Chaps live sale. That's right. David in Texas and Scott here in southern New Jersey. We each sell about 10 items, and I have got 10 items in front of me, of which I am so excited I cannot but hardly contain myself. Everything here is super fantastic. I think you're going to really enjoy the items that I'm going to be selling tomorrow night. And don't you worry, David will be bringing some wonderful items as well. Let's start off with a tobacco tin. Now, I sold one of these, 2 weeks ago, something like that. Just at the thrift shops, I found 2 more. Gosh, I can't believe it. This is Granger pipe tobacco. It is in a wonderful tin. You can tell by the font, is it font on here, that this was made sometime probably between 1910 to 1930, and it's in very nice condition for its age. It's not dented, and we don't have any major paint loss on it or scratches. I'll let you see the lid. We have a wonderful puppy dog on the top. Yeah. And so we'll probably start off, this might be the first item for sale Monday night for my go around. And of course, the lid comes off, and I've already washed it. So it's nice this didn't wind up out in the garage with Uncle Henry's nuts and bolts in it, or it wouldn't have survived in such great condition. I'm thrilled over that. I'm thrilled over this wonderful, big, beautiful Cambridge. And a viewer wrote in and said, hey, that's Cambridge. And indeed, the viewer is absolutely correct. It is Cambridge. And I forget 2356. I don't know. There's a little number. It doesn't make a difference. I guess I will tell you tomorrow night. Hobstar and vertical panels or something. You know, they always had names for this. And this again will date to around 1915, something like that. It's a beautiful fruit bowl, and it's in excellent condition without any chips or cracks on it. EAPG, Early American pressed or patterned glass. Nice to have a piece of Cambridge. Not too huge. Sometimes these things become unmanageable because they're way too big. All right, Art Deco folks. You ready? You know what's going to happen. We're going to fold one down, and then we're going to fold another one down, and then we're going to fold another one open. Now, some of you are saying, oh, good grief, Scott, you can go to Walmart and get them. Well, not like this. This goes back to the Art Deco era and the modern era. And several companies made serving trays such as this, and they're usually marked. Every time I have found one, they've always been marked in the center of the center tray. This one cannot find a mark on it unless, oh, wait a minute, just now, see that? You get it in certain light. No, can't find one. So, Chase, Keystone, Farber, don't know. But I do know it's beautifully chased, or whatever you call that, machine turned, etched, engraved. And it is stainless, it is chrome plated, not silver. This was modern for the times. Hasn't really been decorated with an Art Deco design, but it is a very fancy, elegant design. Very busy there. And listen, put away your charcuterie board and whip this thing out. And it'll be just like Cole Porter, 1935, you know, that tinkling piano in the next apartment. You can be sophisticated. Not that you aren't already sophisticated, of course, but you can be extra sophisticated in a 1930s fashion. All right, there'll be a few more pieces of the 1930s here for you, but first, let's go to the Victorian era. In fact, we're going to go all the way back to the aesthetic movement era, and we'll dip into the 1890s. Woo! Now, I just found this in Philly a couple days ago. I'm still not exactly sure who the manufacturer is or was, because I don't think they're in business anymore. Many times these are marked on the bottom, and I've studied this one and can't find anything, but it's Victorian, 1880s. So this is an iron base. This is a beautiful custard glass that's the original paint. Yep. May or may not glow, probably doesn't. And again, as I told you, my black light got broken, and so I'm not really worried about it. And look at this beautiful font, oil font here, which has stylized flowers and that are embossed all around it. A slight hint of purple. This has been in the sun just a little bit. And there's the original brass top. So you can, onto this, because it is threaded, you can screw on one of those conversion kits. Will not harm this, will not change the value of it at all. And then you can safely use it electrically if you choose to do so. Or of course, it's perfectly ready and waiting for you to stick a burner on it. You know, summer's coming, you're going to lose your electricity. Why not sit around like the Victorians did and don't worry if you lose your electricity? Huh? This is so nice. The condition on it is excellent. And I have no problems shopping for and picking up Victorian items when I can find them. And so here we have it. So we'll be selling that tomorrow night. Once again, make sure you come back at 8 o'clock. or maybe come a little bit early. You know, I always start just a little bit early to sort of get the crowd excited. Now, speaking of the Victorian era, I'm about to show you what I believe are Japanese porcelain plates, and they probably date, I think, to before 1891. The reason for that is the mark on the back, and I know that's almost impossible to see. We don't have Japan, we don't have Nippon, we don't have made in. The mark, I'll have to tell you more about it tomorrow night, this mark, because right now I've forgotten. But take a look at how beautiful these are. Now, I believe there was originally a set of 6, and we've only got 4 of them left. But let's just go ahead and take a look at them. Here's one in pale blue. Look, these are all hand painted. And this is quality porcelain. It's got to be Japanese. Okay, there's one in blue. Here is one in a very delicate peach color. And then I've got 2 in yellow. So I believe there was another in peach and probably another in blue. So you see closely. All hand painted. None of these are chipped and they're not cracked. Yep. And again, it's very, as I said, I did dig around a little bit, and I believe I know who the manufacturer is. But it's possible that these were not made in Japan. They may just be in the Ouch. I'm sure it's possible that these were not made in Japan. They may have been made elsewhere in the Japanese style. You know, it's always, we're always learning here, always learning. So, but these are so beautiful. I probably would take the 4 of them and hang them on the wall. Now, we'll put these 2 pieces together in one lot. You'll get both pieces from the 1930s. That's obviously L.E. Smith glass, and it was decorated on that side, which it was very common for that to be done, for them to be decorated by the Silver City, and it's got the word sterling on it, which is really hard to see, but it's in that little flower right there. So this is black glass L.E. Smith. This is black Bakelite. Yeah. See, not glass. And that's an Art Deco vase with a chrome bottom. And this is made by the Dura company. And it's Toledo, I think it is. And we talked about these before, but these came in green and yellow and red, beautiful primary colors. But in Bakelite here. This one has a little split at the top, a little split in the Bakelite. It runs about ½ an inch this way. So, I'll just let you know that that's there, and we'll probably have a closer look at that on Monday night. It certainly doesn't mean that you couldn't use this, but it does have that little split, little crack in the Bakelite at the top, but still really neat modern Art Deco, these 2 pieces. Oh, I've got something else for you that's Art Deco. But before we do that, let's take a look at 2 absolutely lovely wooden candlesticks, walnut candlesticks. These are divine. And these are probably every bit of 100 years old as well. They have brass inserts at the top, so if the candle burns down, you don't burn your candlesticks down and then set your house on fire. We have lovely old green felt. Is it green? It is green on the bottom. and they're just beautifully done. I love wooden candlesticks, and these were nice gift items. There's no damage. They have their original finish as well, and they're just beautiful. So if you've been dying for a lovely pair of, if you don't like the little bits of sort of wear on the finish, you can cover that with a scratch cover. It doesn't bother me at all, and I just leave it exactly the way that it is, but that's up to the new owner. So I don't think my lighting is as good as it could be today. It's a little on the overcast side. I've also got for you a big, beautiful Abingdon pot. I started to call it vase planter. Oh my goodness, look at that. The color is lovely. And I'll let you see the Abingdon mark on the bottom of it. And everyone can decide for themselves, based upon the color settings on your screen, what color you would like that to be. I'm not saying anything. It's pretty, it really is pretty. Yeah. Seafoam green celadon, there I go. Said I wasn't gonna say anything. It looks purple on my screen. Well, it's not purple. But hey, it's got no chips or cracks and it's a nice big one. Ready for springtime. Yeah, I thought about keeping it, but you know, as I said, if I kept everything, I wouldn't be able to enjoy and appreciate the things that I've got. You wouldn't, there'd be just so much clutter you wouldn't ever see anything. Made by the McCoy Pottery Company is a delightful cookie jar. Look at that pup. Isn't he sweet? I think a cookie might have been written across there, cold painted in black. It's gone. So leave it alone or take a crayon and write cookies on it. He is great with no chips or cracks and no crazing. Lid fits perfectly. We see the McCoy signature on the bottom, USA. And we'll turn him all around. Turn around. Okay, get back on there. Wait a minute. I think I have his head there. Okay, is that his tongue on the bottom? That is. That's the bottom of his little mouth right there on the bottom of the, wait a minute, there we go. Now it's correct. Cute. Condition, super fantastic. Puppy dog cookie jar made by McCoy. And then finally, although there may be one or two surprises if David and I decide we want to keep going a little bit past 10 o'clock. Tomorrow night, Monday night, I'm also going to offer up for auction. Wait a minute. This. Woo. What are you going to get? You're going to get this Art Deco vase, and you're going to get this black glass base. Let's look at the base first. I love it. It's a little unusual. That's not the shape that I find most of the time. And we've talked about these 1,000,001 times. There are 3 little feet on it. This was a big deal in the mostly in the 1920s. And all the glass companies had various forms of black glass bases, and they were to be used with glassware of that era, or anything that you wanted to simply elevate a little bit. And I decided you may or may not like this sitting on here, but we're going to sell both of them together. This is a lusterware piece here, also with a stylized poppies on the front, looking in sort of Art Deco. This is made in Japan, Noritake. It's a Noritake mark. This dates to between 1921 to the early 30s. And the only condition problems on this is a little crack at the top right there. Now you can see it. It doesn't run any farther down than that. So it doesn't go down the side. It stops right there. And it doesn't affect this handle. The handle isn't loose. The handle isn't cracked. But you can even see here that this right there is the rest of the crack. It's tight. It's in a spot that won't be seen when you're displaying it. And it has, once again, I want to make sure you understand that these handles are not, you can pick this up by the handles. The handles are not cracked or compromised in any way. This was too good to say no, even with that little ouch on the top. I had to get it anyway. So, late 1920s, early 30s, Noritake, lusterware, Japan, Art Deco, and we're going to stick it on top of a wonderful black glass base, which so versatile because you can use this all over the house with many different items, but I'm going to put those together for you tomorrow night. Now, before we move on, what was your favorite? Do you see anything that you're going to come back and bid on Monday night? Oh, I hope you get it. I do. Hope you get your favorite thing. Just remember. All right, so I'm looking forward to the sale Monday night with David on this channel at 8 o'clock. Now let's change directions a little bit. I'm working on my spring extravaganza sale. And unlike the winter and snow extravaganza, which was a live sale, I believe, the spring extravaganza is all going to be in the eBay store. And I've got 4 items in the store now, but I've only just begun. Over the next few days, I'm going to be adding more and more and more to the spring extravaganza. And I'll do a big table reveal. But right now, let me just show you the 4 items for Easter that I've already got listed. One is this terrific 1920s, 30s German Easter candy container with a wonderful old interior. Now, this is in the eBay store right now. This one is marked Germany, and it is all original. The coloring is good. Excuse me, the condition on it is good. And Germany is exactly where we would expect something like this to come from, because we were getting a lot of our decorations from Germany at that time. And I love the jelly beans, the stylized jelly beans on there. I would show you the German mark, but it's really difficult to see it. This one I've studied. This one may have had a German mark on it as well. Sometimes the marks is a little ink stamp and they fade. Look at this little chick on a nest. Oh, it is so delicately done and so old. This probably is from the Depression era. I'd say it's from the 30s. So it's exactly as I found it. Beautiful little pink ribbon that has somewhat come undone. The little chick is sitting on the top, and he's cotton. He's like those old, you know, those old nativity sets where the animals are flocked in cotton, or they're made of cotton. That's what he feels like. So, and he doesn't smell funny, but look at that cute little chick. You might want to get in there and stitch his little feet to the base again, because there's string that's holding him on, and he's dancing around quite a bit there. It looks like he got into some fermented corn, you know. Poor little thing. But isn't that cute? A little basket. Look at this old paper, which almost looks like a taffeta type of a material, but this is paper. And this was probably no more than like 25 cents, 29 cents. I don't think this was a candy container, although I might have listed it as such. Maybe that ribbon goes at the top. Because you can't take the, yeah, that looks better with that ribbon up at the top, sort of at the top like that. There would be room to put candy under there, but it seems to be attached, and I'm not fiddling with it any more than that. So, let you see the bottom as well. Very delicate. That's old Easter. Now, go find another one. I mean, you know, I've had him for quite a while. Look at the candy box. All right. And there's Mr. Easter Bunny. And it says, greetings, 6 delicious Easter eggs that you got inside. And this is the United Candy Company. You can see there. And the box is in good condition. It appears as though at some point someone attempted to stiffen it up a little bit with a little bit of hot glue. You see that? Just pick that off. You know hot glue comes off just like rubber cement. In fact, I can pick it off right now if I want to, and I just did. Okay, so there's the hot glue. Let's get rid of that. Where am I going to put that so I will remember what it is? So I just pulled that hot glue off. And yes, it made a mark, but I'd rather see that than the hot glue. You decide what you want to do with this. Just leave it like that. And if you don't like that, get a tea bag and tea stain it, and you can cover that with a little cardboard. But the hot glue is you know, shiny, and to my eye you just see the glue and it's like ugh. So I just picked it off. There's a little bit more right here you could pick off as well, but then put something under there so that will stay down and you'll never see it. So little candy box, probably again from the this is no newer than the 50s. This even looks older than the 50s to me. Yeah, I would put this back in the 30s or 40s. Wouldn't you? Wait a minute, 1, 2, yes. And then the last Easter item that's listed right now, but remember, as I just told you, I've got many more pieces that are going to be listed in the next few days. These are so tacky and so adorable, you can't say no to push pin Mr. and Mrs. Bunny. Wonderful. They're in the eBay store now. Give her a kiss. All right, don't get chocolate on your lips. And these are fantastic. It appears to me that all the push pins are there. I don't see any that are missing. He is just like that. She has got a little doodad on her head. And she's got some little flowers here, a little pocketbook. Dee is upset. It's not a Vera Bradley. I'm not going to pick on Dee today. I'm putting any memes in it. Dee and I have so much fun making memes of each other. Look out, Tammy, you're next. And so these could be yours. And a lot of you are sitting there going, ouch, I remember when my grandmother made me make Christmas ornaments at the dining room table without a thimble. I think that's it. Okay. So, what would you like to add, subtract, multiply, or divide from this video? Have you got any information, any suggestions? Did you enjoy what you saw? Visit the eBay store in the next few days. And I'll see you tomorrow night. Hopefully, there'll be another video sometime tomorrow on Monday. Maybe a complete tablescape of all of the springtime extravaganza things that are going to be available in the eBay store in the next few days. Have a lovely Sunday afternoon, and until I see you, so long. Now, I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. Wait for the cat. And so long for now. I think I might drop a black jelly bean in this hot coffee. I don't have high blood pressure. I wake up like this. Bye.